It's the same as regular beans, just diesel. Hello, people of the internet. It's your favorite abandoned warehouse Sarah here with another truck review. And today I have a 2020 Ram 1500 Limited 4x4 with the EcoDiesel. And for 2020, the EcoDiesel that is in here has been completely redesigned. Oh, there's a dead grasshopper in the grill. Hey, there's the active shutter thingamabobbers. This right here is the night edition package. Everything on the entire truck is blacked out. Everything. I love it. It looks menacing. It's a good looking truck. However, it completely renders this thing useless off-road because it is all black. You'd have to be crazy to take this thing and beat the crap out of it on a dirt road. This murdered out rig also comes with these 20x9 gloss black wheels. But more importantly, if you look behind the wheel, you'll notice there's an airbag back there because this thing has air ride suspension that will automatically adjust while you are driving to aid in aerodynamics, as well as you can lift it if you're gonna go take it off-road and destroy your nice gloss black paint. I know I'm easily amused, but this is just awesome. Robot truck. So smart. Not only does this have remote start as well as something else I'll show you in a second, it also allows you to open your tailgate from the key fob. Out of all the trucks I've reviewed on this channel, hands down, the winner for the most creative bed is this Ram. Not only does it have these Ram boxes on the side, which have power inverters in them, they are lockable. Even the button to open and close it is like got the soft touch feature, and you can fill it full of ice if you want to keep some frosty beverages in there. And there's also LED lights back here. There's a divider that I failed to try to figure out how to set up. Sometimes shapes get the best of me. And it also has an origami tailgate. Ta-da! Just like that. As I mentioned before, this truck has air suspension, but something I thought was kind of ingenious is you can lower the suspension all the way from the key fob. Now it is in the fully up position right now, off-road too, and I'm going to press this and it's going to drop it all the way down. See how it goes front to back and then back to the front? Actually goes quite a bit. That's impressive. I mean, it's not exactly stance life, but that's a huge difference from all the way up to all the way down. I like that. Too bad you can't put it back up from the fob. That would be smart. Let's talk about this interior. I don't even know where to start, honestly. This is a $75,000 truck and it looks like a $75,000 truck in here. This interior is beautiful. There's high class materials all over the place. I don't even know what you would call this stuff on the steering wheel and the dash. It looks like wood, but also looks like corduroy. It's like quid-roy. I'm sure it has a name. I could Google it on the Dodge website, but you know how I do my car reviews. I'm not gonna sit here and read off a brochure to you. I'm gonna give you my physical observations of what it feels like to sit in here, starting with the sitting part. We're starting with the sitting part. Oh my God, look at all the buttons back here. There's no bolstering to these seats, but they are heated and air conditioned. Yep, USB-C, regular USB, heated and air conditioned seats in the back, cup holders. Steering wheel is also heated. I slapped it kind of hard there. There's buttons in the back side of it. There's so many buttons in here. There's so many buttons. There's some to adjust the HVAC, and there's knobs on the side to tune and turn up the volume on the Harman Kardon sound system with a woofer back there that will shake and rattle the mirrors on this thing. No problem. But here's the thing with this 12-inch tablet display. Although there are the buttons around the outside of it, I kept finding myself drawn to wanting to mess with it while I was driving, and that seems kind of distracting. And I know that is more on the user and less on the vehicle itself, but I mean, you just want to touch it. The floor mats in this truck are next level. These are crazy. I like how the center console has limited embroidered in it. It's actually hard plastic. But if you open this thing up, not only can penguins go swimming in there, there's also a thing that says max fill line. And at first I was like, oh wow, there's a cooler inside the truck. And then I realized it is because this little boat in the center slides back and forth. And if you put stuff in there above that line, then you won't be able to slide the little boat back and forth. Ram charger, that's cute. Somebody's got jokes at Ram. And there's also some math and science printed on the underside of this, as well as a history of Dodge and Ram trucks. Little images that go across the center of it. Is there pictures of Dodges under here? No, there's not. That is so cute. There's so much attention to detail in this thing. Even the oh shit handles have leather wrapped around them. This right here is fun. Glove box number 2. You could put all kinds of stuff in there. That's actually pretty deep. What I'm not a big fan of though is the knob to go from park, neutral to drive. I just found it unintuitive to reach for. That's really solid metal. It's not cheap plastic. This thing's nice. Okay, time to get back up front. Let's listen to that exhaust of that EcoDiesel though. Bad sounding. I'm trying to picture what that would sound like with a aftermarket exhaust system. I don't mind the sound of a V6 diesel. It reminds me of the Detroit 6V92. This doesn't sound at all like a 2-stroke diesel, but I currently have the suspension set in off-road 2, which is the highest setting, and you can totally tell when you're driving the truck. It just feels higher. Come on, damn it. No, you're gonna go off-road. Go off-road, Ram. Apparently the Ram has other ideas. Doesn't want to go off-road. Fine. Something I don't mention much, but the quality of the camera on this thing isn't too bad. I've seen better and I've seen tons that are way worse. All in all, it's not bad though. Hello, and welcome to Garage Science with Sarah. Under the hood of this 2020 Ram EcoDiesel is an EcoDiesel, but it is the Gen 3 EcoDiesel, which is new for 2020. It has been massively redesigned and it produces 480 pound-feet of torque at 1600 RPM and 260 horsepower at 3600 RPM. Notice I put the torque in front of the horsepower because it's a diesel. That's what's most important about this engine. What sets the Gen 3 EcoDiesel apart from the prior generations is it now has lower compression as well as updates to a bunch of different parts ranging from the turbo, the pistons, the EGR system, the injector nozzles, the oil sump, and a whole bunch of other bits. The engine is manufactured in Italy. It is sourced from Fiat, and it is a $5,000 option. However, I appreciate the fact that they offer it on the Ram Rebel, which is the off-road package of the Ram. It's kind of cool that you can get a diesel with the off-road package. In the name of science, I shall now give it the diesel beans. It's the same as regular beans, just diesel. I'm going to enable tow haul mode because the haul in tow haul stands for hauling ass. And I'm going to disable traction control, give it a little assistance, let this thing eat. Go. Woo, nice little shove, and then it shifts. A little shove, then it shifts. This is what happens when you're not allowed to roll coal. It's good enough. It's not quick, but it's okay because it gets phenomenal fuel economy. I was averaging almost 25 miles per gallon on the entire tank of fuel since I've been driving this thing, which is pretty damn good. However, if you want this thing to be fast, you're gonna have to modify it. Hello, I'm back. The drivetrain found on this truck is a ZF8HP75, which means it's an 8-speed automatic transmission manufactured by ZF. which stands for something I'm not even gonna try to pronounce because Nein sprechen Sie Deutsch. I sound so horrible trying to say that. Anyway, it is an 8-speed automatic transmission, and paired with this diesel, the only complaint I have to say is you get a nice shove of torque in first gear and then it shifts right away into second because it's a diesel and it has to. The red line is just under 5,000 RPM. It doesn't rev that high. So I guess that's not really a complaint, just an observation. It's time for the braking test. No one behind me? Oh, wow. Dude, those are good. Excellent brakes. Excellent, excellent brakes. I feel like my brain just hit the front of my face. Oh, geez. Ooh, nice. Pulled me out of that corner. It's not terrible. For something that's not designed to do that kind of stuff, it did it. Ew, what died in the road? It looked like a monkey. Back when trucks first started inching up towards that 6-figure mark, I thought of it as kind of a joke. It's like, who the hell's actually gonna spend that much money on a pickup truck? I can understand if it's like a dually HD work truck you're gonna use for a business that has to do actual work, but it didn't make sense at first until I started reviewing luxury pickup trucks. And then it makes total sense because a lot of people in America daily drive trucks now. So having a luxury line of pickup trucks is kind of a no-brainer. I realize that some of you watching right now don't find this very difficult to grasp. I'm sorry, I'm simple-minded, but I finally get luxury trucks. This is a super nice vehicle to ride in. It's quiet in here. It's comfy as hell with this air suspension. Gets great fuel economy. It's not the quickest, but modifications can take care of that. So if you guys never seen one of my vehicle reviews before, I have multiple categories to rate and assess them. And because this is a 4-wheel drive truck, normally it'd be starting off with the meatball score, which is the assessment of its off-road capabilities. However, I do not condone buying a $75,000 all black truck with black 20-inch wheels and then beating the shit out of it off-road. That makes no sense to me. So with that said, it's getting a pass for the off-road rating. I will redo a Ram, maybe like the Ram Rebel or something that is intended to just have the shit pounded out of it off-road. And then I can give a fair assessment because I won't be tippy-toeing around rocks with these gloss black 20s. Next is the coveted Baden Score. It is a rating of 1 to 5 beans based on the feeling you get in your gut when you give it the beans. And the Ram EcoDiesel 4x4 is getting a rating of 1 solid bean. Next is the cookie category. This one was difficult for me to assess. The cookie category, if you're new, is a rating of 1 to 5 cookies based on what you get for what you spend. It's an assessment of value. And despite this being $75,000 for a truck, it's getting a rating of 2.5 cookies. 2.5 is an average score. So that means you are getting your money's worth for $75,000, which sounds absolutely batshit crazy. But I truly feel you're getting $75,000 with a truck here. And that's really hard to swallow. Next up is the penguin score. It is a rating of 1 to 5 penguins based on how much I personally like a vehicle. And this Ram right here, oh, it's getting a rating of 4 penguins. This is everything I would look for in a truck. It is all black, which means it would never go off-road. It looks good in all black, but maybe I wouldn't get it in all black because I would never take this off-road. It's too pretty. And it has a diesel, but is not a 3/4 ton work truck, which is a total win. I love having a diesel in a normal size truck. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this review, and I will see you soon with another. Bye.